Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Wednesday daytime stream. We're starting at about 4 p.m. That's about an hour late. I went swimming today, so that's what I did. I thought I could get it all done and be back here in time, but man, it's hard to get it all done. But yeah, I went for a healthy swim. I thought that was a good idea, get some sunlight, and I did. I actually got a lot of sunlight. So today's stream shall read Pitch Black, Chinese Tera Festival, Gym Break Close. That's Gym Hero Split Close. Jumbo Pack Break Close. Alright, that's good enough. 4 items. Let's turn on the ad real fast. Let's get started. We started late, so we don't have as much time together. This will probably be about 2 hours. Swimming? Yeah, that's right. Alright, there we go. Now, let's open this. Your PSA order's on the move. That's good. Oh, I did not want to do full screen. I don't know why I did that. I'm always late for these daytime streams, it seems. It is, but it's just the way it's got to be. One of the problems is we're staying up later at night. The stream runs long at night. PSA, we received your package. What? What are they talking about? Oh, they're talking about probably a slab. All right. Hold on, let me see. Weird that they would say that. Submission number, da-da-da. That doesn't sound right. Oh, maybe they're just now checking it in. That would make sense. PSA grading. Let's go take a look. I'm not going to click on the link in the email. I'm just going to go look at my PSA account. Well, let me exit this. Submissions. Let's see what the number is on it again. The number on it is... Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. And there it is. All right, cool. That's good. Weird. It says I shipped it to them like in May, and they're just now saying it's arrived. That's crazy. All right. I'm going to close that. How about Tag? How's Tag doing? Yep, everything just says image processing. Boy, they're taking their sweet time at Tag, man. Here's the video. My private collection's up to almost 4,000 views and 44 subs. That's cool. Picking up some subscribers from one video. Powerful what a video can do for you, man. All right, let's delete this and let's go finish advertising the stream. Let's fix the camera a little bit too, shall we? So you don't have to stare at a crooked camera all day. All right, so we need to ping the server. Add here. We're going live for... What's today? Wednesday day. All right, we're live for Wednesday. There it is. Here's Mike's side chat. There it goes. And then we're going to share that information to Instagram. The price of Weiss brown dust has now shot up. That sucks. And here's this guy. Let's see. Yes, I still have him. All right. Or her. I need to see my own posts. Let's hit refresh. I guess you have to hit refresh or it doesn't show you the latest post. All right. We're going to go ahead and hit we're live right now. Go ahead and delete all this. And post. Got a little Pokemon music playing. That's kind of nice, right? There we have it. All right, so we've shared a link to the stream. Said I got like 5 messages on Facebook. I never respond to these. Okay, I'm going to back out of here. We're all done sharing a link to the stream. Pop this back up here. Get this iPad running. Boy, I'm kind of exhausted, man. I'm tired. There it goes. Good. And we'll click on this latest stream. And there it goes. All right. I have a bunch of high value cards, but only as a 10. That's what mine said. Now go into the app and look. I don't hear anything. I don't know about you guys. Never mind. I hear it, Lel. You just have it muted. Oh, I just have it muted. Mister, what can I do if I think PSA damaged a card I sent them? Provide before and after pictures. That would probably be the trick. So, you know, if you're scared PSA is going to damage your precious cards, you need to take pictures of them before and after. I guarantee you it happens. I guarantee you they damage some people's cards. Probably not very common, but somewhere along the way, they pull your card out of its sleeve, degrade it, right? Well, they might hurt it. And then they're not going to report that. They're not going to tell on themselves. You know, they're going to hope that, you know, you just accept your grade and say, oh, okay, well, I guess the card's an 8, you know, or a 9. I sent them a Halo, I sent them like a perfect Halo card, and it got a 9. And I looked it over for why it would get a 9. And it has this huge thumbprint on it that's not mine. I would never touch the card that way. Huge thumbprint right on the back of the card. I go, oh, well, there's the 9. They probably gave it a 9 because of the thumbprint. And it's such bullshit because it's like, that means some grader handled it that way. I always delicately handle the card from the edge because I know about the thumbprints. And so they left a giant thumbprint on it, just manhandling it. And it might have even been the reason why it graded 9. I assume it was. I mean, you can't get a 10 on a card with a huge thumbprint on it. So I still have to crack that one, clean it, and regrade it. All right, I have the eBay listing. Hello, mister. Hey, what's up, Mr. Bot? Whoa, it's weird. It looks like the text is larger. It looks like YouTube made the font size larger on my iPad. Weird. Eric Rodriguez is next. He says, slab away. Any chance I could get on the ZELLE giveaway list? Yes, sir. So he is using ZELLE, and he's going to get on the ZELLE giveaway list. Good job, man. ZELLE is my favorite way to receive payments. It is. Why? Because there's no processing fees. It's amazing. All right, Eric Rodriguez, you're down to $137 on your Umbreon, and now you're also getting this spot in a nice giveaway. Pretty cool. We can pretty much always give away a $60 slab all the time with ZELLE, as long as we're only putting your name up there every $100. It's almost like a cash back service. One of you guys is going to get lucky and pull this, and it's going to feel awesome. So we can give $60 back as a giveaway every time. This time it's a Shinji Kanda Duraludon 10 that we're handing out. Pretty cool. All right. We're up to 10 spots in there. Yeah, if you spend $100 with ZELLE, just let me know. I'll get you on this list. Which breaks are closing in? Obviously, the Jumbo Pack break. That's the story today. This could finish right now. There's only one spot left. So we got 3 people in here. We got Isaac, Roki Hyun, and Nathan Norman. People jump into the Gym Heroes pack. Only 3 spots left. Yeah, so that's the other one. So the Gym Heroes pack split is pretty close. Let's get the ironic cheap split bag out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're 7 deep. We can host another sub list. So we hosted a sub list, and people were using it. They were actually enjoying it. So we'll start another sub list. We'll say pack, split, sub list. You guys know all about sub lists. We do them all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a 1 in 4 odds and $25. So this helped the spot move yesterday. People don't mind losing a little bit of money. People mind losing a lot of money. That's the thing about, you know, breaks, is what you learn, is people prefer breaks that are little, where you don't risk as much. Sent for the Jumbo. The Jumbo's done, guys. The font looks wonky. Yeah, I feel like I'm on some kind of like Temu version of YouTube right now, like it's fake. Like, wait a second, this isn't YouTube. I've been tricked. Oscar Resendez is in. He says he wants in the jumbo pack break. All right, the esteemed Mr. Oscar, how are you today, man? Hello, everybody. How are you today? Okay. Pokemon. I should create a jumbo pack break, and it's made only out of, like, the booster packs that I believe are the best value for the cost. What do you guys think of that? That'd be a fun way. You'd get to hear my thoughts about what I think is best. We are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it, mister. Well, it's so weird. The font is too large. I feel like an old person or something. Let me get my glasses. So here's a spare energy card. Put these over here. I always need energy cards. And some code cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everybody gets a Pokemon card out of my custom break packs, but one person also gets a Psyduck drawing, which they can then trade back for the chase item. That's what's going on. We got our custom booster packs. They're boosters. They got Pokemons in them. Codes! That's right. Mom, I want codes! Mom, get the wallet. TCC's on. Get your credit card. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready? Mom! Timmy, we got you these lovely collectible cards. Now, they didn't have any more Pokemon, but they had lots of Digimon. Here you go, Timmy. Mom, I don't want this. I want Pokemon. Digimon sucks. Timmy, you can't talk to me that way. I'll get your father. All right, give me a number. Sent for that sub list. You got it. There should be a jumbo pack break for Korean and Chinese cards, like the Japanese one. Imagine I actually spent a ton of money to buy every single, like, case of, like, all the Chinese cards, every single case of all the Japanese cards, and then I just constantly created these gigantic jumbo packs for, like, an era, like Sword and Shield Jumbo, Scarlet Violet Jumbo. That'd be cool. I thought you were saying Timmy, not Timmy. No. Timmy is like a fun, make fun of him word. 1, 2, 3. Who popularized that? Was it the one guy, Alpha Cards or whatever his name is? Alpha Collects. Wait, let me do this behind the screen. It is. All right. Here we are. All right, give me a number. I've thought about it, you know. One. Boop. Okay, here it goes. Let's see where the cards fall. Roki Hyun. You got Inkay. Here's Nathan Norman. It's going to be Nathan Norman on 2. Is he here? He might be asleep. I think he ordered that last night. Come on now. Here's Isaac Thomas. Okay, and Oscar Resendez. Okay, sorry, Mr. Oscar. That's going to be a Nathan Norman hit pull. I will assume Nathan Norman is trading this back to me. Okay. His name is Nathan. Nathan Norman. Congratulations, Nathan. This means we need a new jumbo pack break. All right. Me. Should have said 2. Isn't that funny? Yeah. In hindsight, now you know what the optimal card would be, or the number to be, to call for. Let's see. Let's go ahead and jump to Breaks History. Breaks History. It's all just a bit of fun, Mr. Musabot. Just a bit of fun. All right, so this will say Nathan Norman Jumbo Pack 14 minutes in. All right, good. Whew. He gets this. All right, don't feel too jealous yet. Let's find out if he pulls anything. He has to actually get lucky now. He got all these packs. Let's see if he gets lucky with them. And then we get to make another pack. Ooh. I'm far away from luck for sure. You know what? I've been opening cards for 7 years, Musaba. I've been helping people open cards for 7 years. I've seen millions of dollars go by. That's the truth. And you know what I've noticed over a very long period of time? Everyone's luck just kind of evens out. That's the truth. It's kind of like flipping a coin, right? If you flip the coin enough times, you're going to get roughly 50% heads and roughly 50% tails. So, I don't really worry about luck so much. If you're just having some fun, pick out what you think might be the most fun and just go along for the ride. But yeah, let's say you got into 1 million jumbo pack breaks, right? Let's say you got into 1 million of them. Over time, your pull rate would roughly average out to 1 in 4 wins. Every 4 rounds, you'd win 1 time. That'd be your rough estimate on how lucky you got. There's some people who get a little more lucky. There's some people who get a little less lucky. But it all kind of evens out. Here it is. Let's see. I tell that to the winners, too, because sometimes the winners get really excited and they think, hey, man, I'm on a streak. It's like, yeah, a little bit. Who's the luckiest person on this stream ever? What do you guys think? I think right now it's Sarah Dusenberry. She's just been really lucky in a very short amount of time. Dang, mister, that'd be $40 million. Yep, that's a lot of money. But yeah, if you got into 1 million breaks with odds of 1 in 4, your average pull rate on the chase card would probably be about 1 in 4. And there's actually a mathematical theory to that. It's called like the I forgot about the name of it. I think it's called the average of large numbers or something like that. Here we are. Somebody always reminds me what it's actually called. Here's Zelda. This is for Nathan Norman. These are 1989 vintage Topps Mario packs. You can open these up for, I think, $9 a pack. Now, what's cool about them is if any of them grade 10, they sell for hundreds. Like this guy right here, if he graded PSA 10, and he's looking pretty clean, if he graded 10, he could be worth like $200 to $300 by himself. You still have all the other cards that are gradable. But still can't consider 1/4 odds will expect you to get on upon 4 tries. Odds are fixed. Are you ready? All right. Well, what's fun to think about with the math, what's fun to think about is in some, in one of the infinite universes that possibly exists, there is a universe where you rolled the dice with odds of 1 in 4, and 1 million times in a row, you got the exact winning spot. Isn't that an interesting concept? Especially if there were infinite universes where you were trying this. Eventually, in one of the universes, your odds would be so good that you would have a perfect roll. Now, the odds of that are astronomical. I mean, but it's not a bigger number than infinity. So the odds of rolling, number 4 out of your 1 in 4 odds, your odds of that, doing that 1 million times in a row is near impossible. And yet it's not impossible. It's just highly unlikely. And if you're rolling an infinite number of times, eventually it would happen by necessity. Just because infinity is a much larger number, obviously, because it's infinite. That's why that concept of infinity is really important. Here it is. All right. Infinity is kind of like religion or God. We don't know if it exists. Maybe it exists. Like what existed in the universe before the universe? Something, maybe. I mean, we're here, aren't we? Got to be something. There we go. That's where math starts to feel kind of religious. Concepts like infinity are a big idea. Here we are. Here's Hidden Trials. Noctis. Vincent. I like the Vincent. How many boxes left of the new case we opened on OP15? One more box. I think one more box. And then after that, it's another new case. And then we run out of it. All right. Here's Gem 2. Ooh, Flagrion. So far, so bad. No major hits coming out of here yet. We're looking for major hits. Here's the Star Wars pack. 1 case and 1 box left then? I think so, unless I'm not counting correctly. Yes. Ready? You've been kind of slamming them, to be honest. Ta-da! All right. Hopefully Wedding Nami is in there somewhere. Yeah, hopefully. All right. Tossing this back. Here's Super Mario. Boop, 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 boop. Here's Spike. Donkey Kong. So I got a quote for more Weiss Brown Dust, and it's even more expensive by like almost $200 per case than it was before, which means that my supplier's fee for the case is so high, it might be easier to just buy it off of eBay at this point when you account for like import fees. So you got Birdo and a cool looking Mario. All right, cool looking Mario. We are Stardust. You have to believe that if you think there's no, white bearded guy in the sky, right? So you have to believe we must have materialized from, the astral planes of the cosmic universe. And there are scientists who come up with, explanations for how life could have began. Amino acids started doing this and that, and then they evolved or whatever, right? So there are people who really believe humans came out of the dust, and over a process of billions of years, or however long they want to say it is, molecules began forming certain ways and started replicating until eventually they were a single-celled organism. And that single-celled organism would have been like the very first sort of life, almost like a robot, really. You ever seen a single-celled organism, like a bacteria or a virus? Those are really small organisms. But the concept is that they go from that to a complex organism with like multiple parts, and now it's made out of a lot of molecules. And then eventually that evolves all the way into a fish, and then the fish becomes a land animal, and then the land animal becomes a monkey, and then the monkey becomes a human over a really long period of time. That's the theory of evolution. Here we are. All right, you ready? Magic. The name Brown Dust just makes me think Rusty Fart. Yeah, pretty much. Is that Uyama Pika Slab still on the table? It's in the consignment channel. Take a look at it in the consignment channel. He gets a Clearance Magic the Gathering pack of Doctor Who. All right. Planes. The First Doctor. Frost Boil Snarl. Prairie Stream. Adipose Offspring. Search for Tomorrow. Kate Stewart. Shadow Blood Ridge. Jamie McCrimmon. Rootbound Crag. Trenzalore Clock Tower. Cinderglade. Soul Ring. The Third Doctor. And the War Doctor. All right, so there's all the doctors. He did not pull a serialized card, which you can pull that out of these packs. We've been looking for one. We've never pulled one. That's Magic the Gathering, Doctor Who. All right, now here's Jujutsu Kaisen. Wah! Cold. Vivid. Voltage. Here. Put that up there. $10. Can you play Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater? Okay, let's see. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater OST. Close Quarter Combat. How can you hide with a cardboard box so easily? I'll do it at Area 51. All right, let's try it. Sometimes musical requests work. Sometimes they don't. Because sometimes people they'll like request a song that doesn't really match the stream too well. Especially fighting music. It's a pretty tough one. Is this right? All right. So here's Aromatic Energy. Aromatic Energy. That's pretty cold. Here's Pitch Black. Chiyu. And here's Chilling Rain. Oh, it's a white back. But it's just a holo. Hatterene. And Chaos Rising. All right. Well, there you have it. You don't have to feel bad about the jumbo pack break this time because he did not really pull any super big hits. Even the two older packs were just holos, like Hatterene and Aromatic Energy. That's rough. Wow, those jumbo packs are scary sometimes. Sometimes they give you like a big hit. Sometimes they don't give you very much at all. And I think it's because it has to do with the fact that it's like, one of every pack, right? But a lot of cards in here. War Doctor, Flareon, Noctis, some holos. Nice box topper. That's actually probably valuable. Minecraft didn't let us down. Look at those Minecraft cards. Those are cute. Some Mario cards. Those are good. Dumbo from the Disney pack. And then some Star Wars as well. So overall, no big chase cards out of here. All right. There we go. So if that had been divided among all 4 people who jumped in there, they wouldn't be divided very much. Nathan Norman. Nathan with an N. Where are we going to run into you, Nathan? Hey, who you calling Whiteback? Oh, is that like a... Okay, let's see. So we're looking for a Nathan Norman. I went ahead and ordered more Animal Crossing and more Hello Kitties, actually, for Miss Bridget. Remember Bridget was here last night? You know what was funny? I was selling those... Here we are. I was selling those Animal Crossing packs for like $10, I think. And now I just bought them back for higher than $10. So it's like, that's how it goes, you know? I didn't make any money on them. Nathan Norman, 1125. He's got to ship out. That's important for him to ship out. But he's got a lot of stuff. Or he needs to send $5 and reset the dates on his bag. All right. Time to go back to my slumber. Hey, what's up, Mark? How's life treating you right now? Things good? Yeah, I'm having a great time. Oh, that's so good. We'll say baggie number 2 on that. Mr. Mark. All right. We need to make a Mr. Mark song. The Mr. Mark theme song. So this is a new thing we do. We say Nathan Norman. There we go. I went to the pool today. There were like 1 trillion kids at the pool. They had like some school thing going on. They're so noisy, dude. Kids only scream at the water park. They just scream at the top of their lungs. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. So loud. All right. So, what else we got? Mom's going through a second divorce? No! I'm sorry, dude. I hate to hear that. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how, like, I'm a guy, and you got to watch other guys just kind of be, like, tough or something. It's like, oh, my God. Life's messy, Mark. That's one of the things you learn. It makes you almost bitter. You ever wonder why old people are so bitter? Well, other than the fact that they got to get colonoscopies, it's because they've sort of caught on to how bitter life is. Life's a bitter thing. So many things go wrong all the time. It's like you're constantly struggling. So if anything's ever too nice, just know it's not going to last. Here's KD and Rust. 4 wick slab away. Thank you, Mr. KD. Slab away. Things never last too long. Good things never last too long. Here we are. And if they do last too long, they make you soft. Soft and weak. All right, he sent another $50 right afterwards. Let's apply that. That's going down to $800. So you sent 2 $50 payments. I don't know if you meant to do that, but if you did, maybe it was because you were getting in here. Soft and weak like a baby. I didn't know divorce lawyers would be expensive. Yeah, so we talk about that in this stream a lot. A lot of people here have been through a divorce, or they know someone who went through a divorce, but you would be surprised how many people in our group have been through a divorce. And they always talk about how expensive the divorce lawyers. Like, to even get started, it's like $10,000. That's to get started. That's to, like, begin the process. And then they charge you by the hour, and it's like some insane, ridiculous amount of money. And by the end of it, the divorce lawyer gets half of everyone's stuff, you know? And sometimes the girls can really punish the guys that way by kind of drawing it out, you know, or I guess the guy could do it in reverse. Whoever makes more money, you know, can be hurt by the person who makes less money. And that's quite common. That's why everyone says don't get married anymore. And that's why I was saying they need to change the goddamn laws. It needs to start with the, you know, so marriage should begin with the prenup automatically by law. so that when you divorce, the divorce lawyers can't vulture you to death, which is what they do. So, you know, the system of marriage needs to be improved so that people actually want to get married. The risk outweighs the benefit, and that causes people to not get married anymore. And then people don't get married and they don't have babies and they grow up alone, and it's no good, man. It's no good. I was talking about it. If you work really hard and become independently very wealthy, I feel you should not owe all of that to your spouse at a 50% rate. And I feel also when you divorce, there should be a system in place that with the divorce, instead of divorce attorneys, who would hate that, by the way, because they make so much money off of the system, off of the process. Let's see. Give me some of that positive reinforcement, please, mister. If Trump doesn't change divorce laws, nobody will. If one side contests in marriage, the divorce lawyer said he needs 10,000. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's what we've heard people talk about. And if it goes on and on and on, the divorce lawyer just keeps getting paid for their hours of service. It's a horrible thing. It's destroying marriage. It's one of the things that's destroying marriage. Who would want to get married? It's too risky. One gym break spot. You got it. All right. Back to the queue. Here we are. All right. Mr. L12, number 2. All right. So your order was next on ZELLE, and it was an easy one, so I went ahead and filled it in. But I think it's actually someone else's turn next. Let's just see. If you want to save marriage, you have to make it attractive for the average person. It's an institution that's in trouble. If you want to save it, you have to make it viable. It has to be attractive. It has to be a net positive gain. Here's Mr. Nicholas Pacheco. He says, get me in that Gym Heroes pack split. You got it. I should study to be a divorce lawyer at this point so I can be pokey rich. Yeah, well, all lawyers make a lot of money. So you should. You're right. You should do that. Yeah, lawyers make bank, man. It's a good job. Although they're saying it's kind of being challenged by, you know, ChatGPT and all that. AI is really good at interpreting laws. Might be one of those jobs AI kind of takes over a little bit. All right, so there we go. We got 1 and 2. Yeah, think about it. AI can memorize all the laws and then reason about the logic behind the law. That's the thing about AI. It's basically just a glorified Google search, but now your Google search has the ability to logically reason. Super, super interesting. All right, there we are. There's no more orders in the queue. We got no more orders in the queue. I need to make a new jumbo pack break, starting with Hello Pony and one of these, whatever this is. All right, we're starting here. Let's grab one of these Azure Lanes. Let's grab one of these Night Rains. Wait, what's this? Oh, there was one more Oshinoko. I'm sorry, there was one more Oshinoko. That's the final Oshinoko. I thought the other one was the final Oshinoko. All right, now here's this guy. So really, it's made out of these loose packs that need to be gotten rid of because they're not on the menu anymore. And then let's grab one of these guys. Okay. I do not want an AI lawyer, especially when it's already falsely imprisoned people. Wasn't there a movie about that? I don't know. I don't know. All right, there probably was. Here, let's go ahead and get a Gem 5 in there. I like the Gem 5s. And let's get a Chinese Terra Festival in there. Okay, Terra Festival, you might pull the Sylveon. And then we always have to have a Final Fantasy pack in there. So that's part of the game. We'll do a different one this time. We did Hidden Hope or something last time. We're going to do Hidden Legends. How about, I really like getting some of the Korean packs in there because they're so affordable. You get so much bang for your buck. So we're going to get one of these. I really like that one. But also, this is another one I really like. This guy right here, he's so cheap. And the top pulls are so good. So we're going to get these two in there. And now we got to get Pitch Black. That's the new set, right? Pitch Black. Pitch Black's also pretty affordable. I like that. Okay, there's Pitch Black. Let's get another one of these Disney cards. Keep the Disney moving. Those are fun. And what else? What else? What do you guys think, provides a lot of value? I think a really cool set is the Triplet Beat still. Triplet Beat still impressing me. Let's see. Where do we keep our Triplet Beat? If I can find it. Here it is. Oh, there's only one pack left in the bag. Okay, maybe that's the magic card. Let's go grab a fresh box of Triplet Beat. I walked into the hall and Kara started making meowing noises. I don't know about that. What happened to the TCC Best Value Jumbo? It's just an idea. The idea of that would take a long time, so we're just putting something together. We're slapping it together. Slappity slap. So far, the AI hallucination tracker has found over 1,700 cases where legal decisions have been made where AI was using fake citations. Oh, wait. We already grabbed one. So this is just a fresh box. All right. Good. I would like a graded COD Black Ops game, please, because physical video games will be worth a lot in the future. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't think video games were designed to be collected. See, cards are designed to be collected. They are. They're designed to be collected. Cards are designed for this. Let's get a free vintage Topps card in there. And we'll get a free Baby Yoshi card in there. And what else we got? So we've got a lot of stuff already. I feel like we need some more English packs. How about like a weird English pack? I like the idea of English packs we don't often sell. How about a, that would be too expensive. How about a Sun and Moon base set? That's kind of cool. We used to sell those. I don't know what those should go for anymore. Let me look it up. All right. Whoa, these are expensive now. They're not cheap at all. All right, this one pack should be $35. That's too much. It'll ruin the... We should get some cheaper packs in there because we want to actually open something and not just have the whole thing just be like, one of the packs is 35 bucks. So I say instead of that, let's grab a Perfect Order. Why? Because they're affordable. Let's grab a Chaos Rising. They're also affordable. So these are 3 of the latest sets. Pitch Black, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising. And then after that, let's just get an Ascended Heroes. I like Ascended Heroes. It's a good set. So this is pretty good, the latest sets. Okay, the latest sets here. And some Chinese sets, some Korean sets, some Japanese sets. There's a bonus Chinese set. This was a gift. I received that as a gift. And then here's some non-Pokemon. I feel like we need one more non-Pokemon. How about a Marvel pack? Here we go. Marvel's always good. Let's add it up and see where we're at. Identify as a woman, but my doctor recommends me to have a prostate exam. Can I sue the doctor? You can try. We were just talking about lawyers. All right, let's see. 20, 10. This one's like 8, isn't it? I don't remember. And this one's 8. No, that one was actually 9. 9. This one will say $3. We don't know what's inside. This one's $7. He's actually pricey. Or is he 8? This is 8, isn't it? And then this guy is, we'll make it 5. This guy's 10. This is pricey. This is 16. This one's 5. No. This one's 4. That's 4, right? And then this one's like 3. This one, I think it's like 5. This one's 4. This one's probably 4. This one's definitely 4. This one can be 4. What was this? I don't remember. I'm going to make it 5. And then Milo Pony, let's make it 7. All right. We're at 128. So we have about $32 left. $32. That's great. That's room for $32 left. All right. So let's grab one of these Trump packs. Okay. Now there's $22 left. $22. What are we missing? $22. These guys are funny. We'll add this in for $2. Okay, we got 20 bucks left. 20 bucks left. Let's grab one of these guys. So the Chilling Rain, aren't these like 16? So $4 left. $4. How about a Sneaky Bunko? I got a lot of Sneaker Bunkos, so I got to get rid of them. All right, there it is. So we got our new jumbo pack break. The price is approximately $160 a booster packs. The truth is, it might actually be more than that. I might have been generous. Ooh, this one's nice and fat. Look at this, guys. I don't know how we did it, but the composition of... Oh, I know how. It's because we didn't have a Magic the Gathering $20 booster this time. Lots of stuff in this one. All right. Cool, baby. That's what the jumbo pack break's all about. Just weird stuff all coming together into one big bag. There it is. All right. Add a bunch of Korean. Is Chilling Rain 16? It's either 16 or 17. When I make the jumbo pack break, you may get a discount on the packs, but in the menu, they're the correct price. So, oh, there it is. Chilling Rain is 17, actually. So the truth is, that jumbo pack break is probably a little more than 160. Plus, you're going to get these 2 raw cards. That's not bad. So 2 raw cards as well. All right, and that's the Topps card I put in there could even potentially grade 10. It's a fresh card out of very high quality packs. Okay, so now we are starting up again. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna hit refresh. Anthony Badawi. Anthony, I feel like I recognize your name, but you haven't been here in a while. Is that right? Have I assessed this correctly? One Waifu Shuffle for Mr. Arturo Perez. Here you go, Mr. Arturo. What do we got for you? 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, good luck, man. Boop. 1 cold one. I'm sorry, Mr. Arturo. Wow. Look at this box. This is a very strange box. There's so many cold ones in the back, and then just a little pile of hot ones. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, you are 1 away. Just 1 card away, Mr. Arturo. Isn't that wild? All right. Speaking of which, we priced up a new card, did we not? Where'd it go? It's in the middle. I bet you it's in the middle. Feels like a card I would have placed in the middle. Yep. So there's Clara for 100. We're going to pop her in. She's a pristine 10. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry, Mr. Arturo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, these are going in. I'm sorry, Mr. Arturo. That sucks, man. Number 217, Clara C10. Okay. That's a $100 pull in there now. So 4 cold ones, 1 hot one. That's how it works. Pretty straightforward, huh? Just pop that in there. And then it disappears into the ocean of raw cards. Someone just asked me if I wanted to buy a $30,000 DVD collection, LMAO, like what? Where do you even store them all? Yeah, exactly. People want to collect stuff, but here's the thing. Cards are designed to be collectibles. You can collect DVDs, you can collect VHS, you can collect old video games, old computers, old cell phones. I think those items work in some ways, but they're more niche. Cards are the real deal. They're like designed to be traded. We are. Isaac Thomas Jumbo Pack. Woo! All right, new Jumbo Pack spot. Isaac Thomas. Did you guys ever about the Pokemon Center bot crash today? I did not ever about that. Okay, first person in there. I did not ever about that. Okay. What does that mean? For example, $30, 1 in 10. This is a break. This is a $30 break. You buy $30 to get a booster pack, and then when all the booster packs are sold, we open them up, and one person pulls this Bowser. Everyone else will just pull a regular Pokemon card. How many booster packs are there? There's 10 booster packs. How many Bowsers are there? There's one Bowser. How much does it cost to buy in? $30. So that's called a break. We've been hosting them for 7 years. We're pretty good at it. All right, now we have an order of Mark Kaplan. He's back. He says he'll take 2 of the 151s. Where'd the 151s go? Here they are. They dropped 151 mini tins. Was crazy. They put up a queue but forgot to put a captcha. Site exploded with bots. Dang, dude. That's crazy. All right. That's crazy, man. That makes me angry. I feel like people should be punished for that or something. Using bots to buy out a website's inventory to then resell to people at a higher price. It just feels wrong. Here we are. All right. They need to change their website to be like more secure. What they should do is have truly authenticated like profiles. So like in order to have a profile, you should have to show off your driver's license and then do like a 360 scan rotation of your face. And then they go, okay, this is an individual. This is a human. We can sell 2 boxes to you. And that's it. They should, I don't know if they would do that, but if you ever apply for something serious online, that's how it works. They verify that you're real and not a bot. I'm lazy waiting in those queues anyways. I never get anything. Whew. Who's running things over there? Somebody. Mr. Mark? Oh yeah, we keep your back nearby now. Make it easy. So I have to reach for that far away M box. I don't know, maybe I should have kept reaching. I'll get a little exercise there. Mr. Mark. All right, there's nobody in the queue. The queue is empty. There is nobody in the queue. We've got one person in the new jumbo pack break. We got live customs, Poke Shuffles, other shuffles, Waifu shuffles, table breaks. So much stuff going on here, guys. We got gym breaks. Here's a gym break with Beatrice in it. We need one more person and that goes off. $20. It's Manectric 9 from Holland Phantoms. Only $40. It's actually probably underpriced. Look at this guy. He's a 9 from Crystal Guardians. He's $250. So these are almost from the same set. They're from the same year. But he's Mudkip and that's Manectric. So that's 40 and this is what, 250? How does that make any sense? That's crazy. But I think the Manectric hasn't been priced in a while. He might be underpriced. This One Piece card, nobody's jumped into it. Here's the trade break. So this guy is a $5 trade. You can also just buy in for $5. It's Gym Hero Sabrina's Abra. Pretty nostalgic. Graded 8 with PSA. It's a recent cert. And just a lovely looking card. I mean, crazy what they call an 8 these days. You guys want to see this card? Look at this card. This is an 8, by the way. PSA is calling this an 8. It's like, it's so beautiful. And I only sent it in because I thought it looked really good, and they still said it's an 8. So that's what they're calling an 8 these days. Pretty wild. Should I start watching One Piece or wait for the remake? If I were you, I'd watch a One Piece condensed, like, here's what happened explanation video, like a review video, like a Cliff Notes video. Scalpers were showing me their $14,000 worth of orders of the 30th PKC ETBs at Sam's. That's so wrong, dude. I don't know what to think of that. That sounds so bad. Dude, and we're just making them wealthy like we buy from them and such. Yeah, that sucks, man. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe the way the cards are, no, I don't know. How do you fix something like that? There's no way to fix it. There's no way to fix it, right? Like so Pokemon could get really strict and only, you know, hand out product to certain sellers who will then follow MSRP, whatever it's called, MSRP, I mean. And let's say they do that. They sell at MSRP. Well, then they're going to be sold out. And then what's going to happen to all that sold out product? Well, they're going to go sell it on eBay. The person who bought it, that's the scalper. They're going to sell it at a higher price. So the demand way outstrips the supply in a product that is known for its secondhand market. Pokemon needs to print more. That's the actual solution. They have to print more. There's not enough. They need to print more of it. That's the actual solution. They need to print so much product that you can't scalp it, or at least it's not very efficient to scalp it. It's not very profitable. That's the solution. Yeah, it sucks, man. It's already a checkmate. There's too much demand. It should just be based on how long you had your account, like 2 years. They just need to remove the guest checkout. The only way to fix it is more supply. Yeah, I think that's it. I think they have to print. That's crazy. It's real crazy. All right, guys, I'm going to jump into a break myself. I've been meaning to do this. I'm getting in the Crimson Invasion break myself. I tend to do this on these box breaks. How many spots should I take? Should I take 5? I could just take 3, maybe. I'll take 3. Okay, so I'm spots 11, 12, and 13 over here. So I'm in here too. This is the Crimson Invasion box split. And just like you guys, I'm hoping to pull Pikachu, Gengar, and all those other good cards. Maybe a Gyarados if I'm lucky. But I was in the Ancient Origins break, and I got really lucky with that. Do you guys remember that? The Ancient Origins box was moving real slow. And so I took some of the spots myself. And look what I ended up pulling. There it is. Look at the recent grade on that. So I ended up joining the Ancient Origins box break, and I pulled this Primal Groudon. So I guess I'll be in this other this box split for the Crimson Invasion. It saddens me that it doesn't sell out faster. It's such a good product. And, man, it's one of the cheapest Sun and Moon boxes out there. It is. I think it's the actual cheapest box of Sun and Moon. This is basically Steam Siege, but for Sun and Moon. And yet, it's got a reverse holo Pikachu in it, and it's an insane card. And it's got a reverse holo Gengar in it, and it's got so much more. And then people just ignore all that because they only look at the hits. They only look at, like, you know, like the Rainbow Rare. Now, the Rainbow Rares suck in that set, if you didn't know it. The Rainbow Rares suck. There's, like, Buzzwole. Is it Buzzwole? There's, like, Buzzwole, Guzzlord, just crappy stuff. Alolan Executor. So the Rainbow Rares in that set suck, but those aren't the chase cards. The chase cards are Pikachu and Gengar. And people haven't caught on to that. People don't understand the value of holographics at this point. They don't understand that's where the real value is now. So we go to this. We go PSA 10, Crimson, Invasion. All right. And then let's see what the most expensive card is. It's probably a holo, isn't it? Okay, so somebody is this unusually expensive Gyarados listed, which makes no sense. That makes no sense. But then look, right after it, there's the Pikachu. Here's a Crimson Invasion 4th place card. Oh, here's the Rainbow Gyarados. If you pull him, he's probably legitimately pretty good. Here's a Remoraid for $1,000. Let's check and see what's actually sold, though. Yeah, this is a very misunderstood set. I've always kept it on the menu because I always thought it was good. Sold July 19th. Sold July 19th. Let's take a look, everybody. Look at that. That Gengar is fantastic looking. Population 26. So this will be the card that we want to collect. Looks like somebody might have negotiated them down a little bit. But look, both sold. They're both gone. So both of those got eaten up off the market. And, you know, that's going to be... Oh, look, here's another one. And here's that Pikachu. Now, this Pikachu sold for $1,400, I guess, in April. April was a little while ago. But still, even if it went for it's basically 1.5. So you could say there's a $1,500 Pikachu in there. But I guarantee you it sells for more than that now. Especially with me bringing all this attention to it. But there it is. Isn't that insane? Look how good this Pikachu is. This is one of the cutest Pikachus from the Sun and Moon era. It's hilarious. I love it. Population 23, by the way. It's basically nothing. So there's Pop 23 Pikachu. Last sold 1.5 in April. Probably goes for more than that now. It's probably like a 2,000. I mean, look at the Gengar. You know, it's got 3,000 and 2,600. Now, again, we don't know what the offer was on those. But, you know, you could probably assume at least 15% lower. But so that would imply that this card's probably risen up to above 2,000 at this point. So it's like the chase cards in Crimson aren't what you think they are. They aren't Rainbow Rares. In fact, look at this. Out of all this, the first Rainbow Rare you see, as you scroll down, there's a Lucario, there's a... Okay, so the first Rainbow Rare is right here. It's the Gyarados for 1,000. Okay, a couple of those sold. Gyarados, Gyarados, Gyarados. Gyarados. So it's the Gyarados. So it still has a cool card. The Gyarados is a lovely card, by the way. Let's click on it and take a look. Oh, this picture doesn't do it justice. Yeah, he's a cool Gyarados, but this picture is terrible. Let's try this one. There it is. Check that out. Dang, that's cool, right? So there's the Gyarados in the set as well. So Pikachu, Gengar, Gyarados, really great pulls. And honestly, if you can get any of the holographic cards to grade 10, if you get any of them to grade 10, they're going to be $300 to $600 depending on what they are. So think about it. Every pack's coming with the reverse holo. You might also pull something on top of that. You might pull a holographic. You might pull an EX. You might pull a rainbow rare. So every pack's coming with one of those reverse holos that you can attempt to grade for a 10. And all it has to do is earn $30 of profit in order for you to be able to get your money back. That's pretty good, because even some of the PSA 9s are going to net you a $30 profit. All right, let's see. What are you guys saying? Too hot these days? I want Guzzlord for the meme. If you did Celestial Storm, people would jump in because of Rayquaza. Yeah, but that one's absurdly expensive. So that's what you got to understand. We're opening up a set with a Pikachu and a Gengar, and it's $30 a pack. Let's see, you said Celestial Storm, right? This one's going to be crazy because it was expensive in the past. This one was already expensive. So Celestial Storm, I'm going to tell you how much it would cost to do a box break on Celestial Storm. Are you ready for it? I just saw the price. Okay, so it comes out to $112. That's what we're doing, $112. Compare that to $30. You could buy 3 Crimsons before you could get into 1 Celestial Storms break. And that means 3 reverse holos. So I've already looked at it. The Crimson Invasion is way undervalued. Brandel Vargas is next. He says, the Gengar Cardos Please. Mr. Brandel, what are we doing? Okay, so I don't know what you're referring to here. The Gengar Cardos Please. Brandel Vargas. Tell me about it. Are you having me ship it out? Is that what it is? I think he's having me ship it out. That's what it is. Okay, so he just ordered shipping. All right. So I have an address for you already. And so assuming you haven't moved, I'm going to use that address. And we're going to add signature confirmation for this one. It's pretty pricey. I remember buying that in the Dollar Tree. So for the box break, you buy in spots, you get 1 pack per spot. That's exactly correct. Yeah, we've been hosting those for a long time as well. Sometimes you have to explain to people why it's worth getting into a particular box break. That one's a really good one. Let's see. It's weird because I feel like I sometimes have to convince people of that. Or maybe people just prefer to buy other things, but that's fine. They can buy whatever they want. I try to push people toward what I think has like a better, you know, like return rate for your money. I try to push people toward that. I actually just acquired about 5 boxes of Crimson Invasion because I looked at it and I said, this has got to be underpriced. I kind of trust my gut these days. Looks like it's just the card, right? Nothing else? Okay, Brandel. We've got your label. I'm going to go ahead and hit print on this. Print. I saw someone pull the Altart ADP from Cosmic out of the 3 card packs. I didn't even know that was possible. All right, here it is. Good. Now, I'm going to say expensive. All right. Boom. Oops. Sabrina's trade. If anyone has cards in their bag that they don't want, you can make a trade right now toward the Sabrina's Abra. We should pick a card for me to list on eBay. I'm trying to get 1 item listed per day. Thank you, Brandel. Your order of shipping is complete. It's hot outside and raining. If you're watching this stream and you're a new guy, place a first-time order. Give it a try. So why don't I try picking a card out for eBay real fast. I'll get an eBay listing up. Take that back. It's Wednesday. It's a slow Wednesday. Holy, bro. Ah, the shiny bubble. Mr. SpongeBob right here. So this will be it. An out of 50 SpongeBob. Let's grab this. I was eyeballing this one last night. You get a little SpongeBob listing. Humidity is the worst. I live in Missouri, so I've pretty much always got humid weather. I think I'm just used to it. There you are. If you live in California, you maybe don't live with this much humidity. I live with humidity every single day, and you just, that's like your state of existence. You get really used to it, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's get a little zoom in on the number. Okay, cool. Although, I've been to Florida a couple times. It gets even more humid out there. Florida beats us with the humidity. And Austin, Texas beats us, or not Austin, Dallas, Texas beats us with the heat. They got more heat. They said, how would you like to live on the surface of the sun? Let's see this real fast. Dang, dude. I'll throw that away. All right. Oops. So I'm going to head over here to eBay. And we're going to click on selling. And, oops. No. We're going to choose list an item. You ready? So this one's going to say tag 9. SpongeBob. Shiny bubble. Number 36. Topps Chrome. 2025. Gold refractor. And then it's going to say out of 50. All right, there it goes. Tag 9 SpongeBob. The greatest going to be 9. This is great that we're getting this done. I've got so many weird slabs these days because I've really been experimenting with grading a lot more than just Pokemon. And we get these cards that grade 9, and I swear nobody wants them because they cost too much. But I told you last night about that Magneto we listed for $295, and it's sold in the middle of the stream. That's how fast it's sold. So it's good to do this maybe once per stream. Get this out of the way, especially if we have a slow moment. Pricing on this shall be, $155. Okay, so you guys get it cheaper here on the table. And now we're going to click list. There it goes. I feel like whenever you make a listing on eBay, you should have the really expensive cards in the background. Probably draws the eye to the thing. That's an interesting thought. A display with like super expensive cards in the back. All right, let's see. Well, eBay's doing this new thing where it shows you the impressions. That's cool, man. Gives you a sense of what people are looking at. Look at this BGS 10 Black Label Kuromi got 4,000 impressions. That's much higher than usual. It must be because it's, and look, here's another one. This one's probably the most. This Pikachu got 21,000 impressions. Wow. 21,000 for Pikachu. Compare that to, some of these are getting a ton of impressions. Compare that to, how about this Pikachu? How about this Alakazam and Pikachu? So there's an Alakazam and there's a Pikachu. They didn't get as much, although these were just listed. So maybe it's the fact that the other one's been on longer. But the XY one got so many views. How does eBay decide that? I think eBay tries to show people what it thinks is going to sell fastest. So it shows off what it thinks it's going to sell fastest because it wants the sale. eBay collects money, so it has an algorithm just like everything in the world right now. It's got an algorithm. All right, we're taking this guy down. There was no interest in it. That's cool. I'll just put it back into my collection. So we'll add that over there. I had a replacement card in mind. I feel like whenever you make a listing on eBay, I live out in a high desert, so super uncommon. What, humidity? All right, what would you guys rather have as a break? Boa Hancock or the Shanks Magazine promo? You got two options, Shanks Magazine promo and Boa Hancock alternative art promo. They're both promos. One's got boobs, the other one's got, I don't know, a six-pack. There we go. All right. So I'll jump over here and hit refresh. And we'll hit refresh. And we'll hit refresh on this as well. Slow Wednesday, huh? We're in the summertime, man. I jump into Shanks, but I'm biased. You can be biased. Let's see. It looks like Mark ordered another round of 151. I think we didn't service that, did we, Mark? I don't think so. Hold on. I don't think so, right? Yeah, I don't think we serviced that. So, Mr. Mark, you've been waiting for another round of the 151s? I like Boa. Uh-oh. One person says Shanks, the other person says Boa. What do we go with? I'm surprised Boa isn't in the Waifu shuffle. It could be. I'm lucky Mr. doesn't host a Cyclops break. Yeah. I should go grab a Cyclops card off the internet and host it just for you, huh? I don't know. Some hollows and some hollows. Dun, dun, dun. All right. I won't be able to resist it. Here, I'll go get the most expensive Cyclops card in existence and put it up there. There we go. All right. Okay. So I think we are caught up. I'm going to go put this over here. Boa Hancock. Whoa, holy mama. We can turn this into a break. Somebody said they wanted into this one. Let's see. New one-piece break, everybody. We're swapping over to a different card. You're going to get me in so much trouble with my wallet and my husband. Your husband's just cool with the, huh? All right, there we go. All right. We're going to say PSA 10, Boa, 013, promo. He likes to watch you place a break on it. So, okay, so this Hancock card got more expensive every time. You ready? It's going to be a 7-spot break. There it is. Miss Boa. All right. Let's see. We're going to get Taylor to the front. Taylor's a nice cheap card. We're going to get Buddy System to the front. I feel like Buddy System could be a giveaway. Heck, so could Taylor. These could both be giveaways. Actually, we need a new giveaway for today, don't we? We need a new giveaway. And I need some new sleeves, don't I? Okay. This is going to say free. That's not the keyword, though. You have to go into our Discord server to make a guess. So that is how it's working now. We're going to head over here to the giveaway channel in Discord. All right, the Discord server giveaway channel is ready for you guys to make a 1 in 20 guess. 8 times 36, so 288. Sent 3 more of the 151. I believe that clears the box. Let me know if I'm off. Let me see. So you're off by 1, it looks like. Here it is. All right. I'm going to hit refresh. Mr. Mark. That'd be crazy if the hit's not in here. Does that mean the hit would be in the jumbo packs? The Sarah Dusenberry packs? Let's see if the hit's in here. You ready? All right, 3 more. Okay, we got Poliwhirl. That's good. That's devastating. So that would imply that the 151 hit went into the Sarah Dusenberry packs. Wow. Those jumbo packs. The reason we got a fresh box of 151, if I recall, is because we were filling those in, right? All right. There we go. Very nice. All right. And grab this. Let's go grab another box of the 151s. I'll be right back. Here we are. Very nice. I'm back. Okay, so you get the next pack of the next box. Didn't know the jumbo packs pull from the same box. Dang, didn't think of that. Yeah, that's true for all of them. Yeah, all boxes. How many jumbo packs do we usually make? We usually make about 6 at a time. There we are. Honestly, I don't know what goes into the jumbo packs either. I only know in hindsight what could have come out of here now that a whole box has been gone through. And here we are. All right. Okay. So that is the next box. It's not over, though. You have a 1 in 20 odds of that being a hit right there. So let's find out what happens here. Ooh, do I got something climbing on me? I felt like I had a bug on me. Yo, like in a week, our cat has caught 3 lizards. I think she catches them in the garage. The cat will catch a big, cute-looking lizard, right? And she eats its tail or something, and then she carries its body upstairs and lets it run around, and then she, like, plays with it. It's horrifying. Cats are terrifying, man. It's a good thing they're small. Good thing they're not pit bull sized. All right, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Just the standard pack. I'm sorry, man. No super snipe this time. All right. I just sent a confusing order on ZELLE. But no problem. We'll figure it out. So you do pick up Poliwhirl in this order. Okay. She eats the tail. I assume she eats some of the lizard. She's torn them up pretty badly before. She partially eats them. It's really crazy. Yeah, it's these little gecko types that we get here in Missouri, right? They're very cute. And it's terrible to see a cat destroying them. But she'll, like, I guess she catches one, I don't know where, like in the basement somewhere, obviously. Probably the garage. And because that's where her cat litter is. So she has access to the garage. And so in like a week, she's caught 3 of them. And Cares keeps freaking out every time. Because it's like, the lizard looks dead, and then you touch his body, and it starts squirming about. And it's like, oh, God, gross, dude. Getting tortured by the cat. Mr. Eric is next. He says, 1 Fortnite sealed, 2 Smeek in my box. That is in the F boxes. 1 ripped for me. 3 sealed pitch blacks for me. And 1 for Shahir. What? Shahir just gets pitch black? Why don't I get pitch black? I'm going to try 2 more than call it a day. I'll be back around next week at some point after my work trip. Sounds good. I put water on the lizard to help it regenerate and put it in a safe spot. Water helps them regenerate? Are they like a game mechanic? You pour water on it and it heals? I know that lizards can like survive and grow back their tail and stuff. Our cat's got a crazy high play drive. She only wants to play all day long. She barely cuddles. She just wants to play the whole time. And she catches every bug under the sun and carries it all over the house. And then she's catching these lizards too. It's really wild. Okay, so we need another box of the pitch black. And that means I got to step out of the room. I'll be right back. Here we are. All right. Cats have contributed to the extinction of 40 to 60 species of birds. Jeez. They're so cute, though. We are. Karen says if I ever break up with her, she's going to become a crazy cat lady. Have like 40 cats. Yeah. I told her bet. I can't break up with Kara, so you guys know that, right? She'll take half my Pokemon cards. She'll be one of the first divorcee Pokemon card millionaires in America. Like Jeff Bezos' wife. All right, so that one's for Shahir. God, dude. If I divorced her, if I broke up with her, she would have one of the largest Pokemon collections in the world without even having done anything for it. Here we are. Amazing. Okay, one for Shahir. Ready? My mom has 9 cats and my sister has 5. 9 cats. Oh my God. That's for Shahir. Good luck, Shahir. He gets Rampardos. Is there legal precedent for the collectibles to get split? Yeah, they would probably be sold and then turned into cash and then given to her as cash. But she would take half. We've been together long enough that the court considers us like financially entangled or whatever the term is. I've looked it up because out of curiosity with all the stuff we talk about. Let's see. Shahir's got a box over here, but he just shipped. Okay. Offshore Pokemon Vault. No, you can't do anything like that. No, she would be privy to half of my wealth is how it would work. And that would include the Pokemon. Okay. I guess she married the right guy in the event of a divorce, because she is going to walk away very wealthy. Isn't that interesting? We were just talking about divorce at the beginning of the stream. It is, in a divorce, I would get killed. Financially. All right, there we go. So, 3 sealed pitch blacks for Eric, but he wants his Fortnite opened. Okay, Mr. Eric. Guys, you guys did marry before you had any wealth, so that's fair. Here's the hamburger. I personally did all the work to earn the cards. Do you see what I'm saying? So I personally, I put in extreme amounts of work hours, meaning I gave up my Saturdays, I gave up my Sundays, I worked 12 hours a day most of the time. If I didn't work 12 hours, I worked 10 hours a day. I used to do all the shipping by myself. I built everything. And she had a job too, and she helps with the mortgage, so she does the mortgage. So she's definitely entitled to something. But it's crazy to think, you know, like I invested all my money into the very best investment in America, which was Pokemon cards, and that exploded in value. And then I just have to lose half of that if we broke up. I think about those kind of things at night, and I go, wow, that's just not right, is it? How's that the case that it works that way? Let's see. Shmeek, you got Smeek and Smog. He's got a sealed pack. It is. So, you know, she didn't do it, I did it. And that's why people are nervous to get married anymore. We are. All right, let's see. It's not a good financial contract for the man, especially an ambitious man. If you're ambitious and you know you're going to work like extreme hours and plan on investing. She kept the lights on while you chased your YouTube career. That deserves half. So I could easily pay the mortgages like that. And I do pay one of the mortgages. So I pay one. No, I pay 2 of them. So I pay for the John's house and the Blue house. She covers this one. So her contribution mostly goes into real estate, and that's it. And then I pay just about everything else. And I could have just sold, by the way, I could have just sold the extra houses. I don't have to have them. We were just kind of experimenting with renting it out. So my financial need of her is almost zero. I don't need her income at all. And, you know, the extreme gains in the cards, those were made because of me. All of that was me. So the idea that she would be entitled to half of that just wouldn't be true if I was not married. You know, that was something I did. Our contributions financially were not equal. So here's her, and here's me way up here, contributing most of the wealth. And in a divorce, she would just get half of that. And so this is why I would recommend to men probably not to get married. Or at least if you do want to get married, get a prenup, even if you're poor. Just get a prenup stating if I build something huge, it goes to me if we break up. Because you built it. I know who built it because I put in all the hours. It's like living in jail. I know who built the Pokemon cards up. It was me. I did like 99.9% of it. I did almost the entire thing. And it's not even close. Like the sheer number of hours I put in, it's like, again, it's like living in jail. So I put in an insane amount of hours and sacrificed all these years to build this and took huge amount of risks too, like gambles. And the gamble turned out well. So the idea that that would be split evenly, it's like, she didn't give me any kids. We don't have any kids, right? I picked the houses out too, by the way. So I did very, very good picking out the houses. That was me. And the down payment on the houses, all three of them were mine. All down payments were mine. And yeah, it's a lot. Let's see. I make more than my husband, and I was happy to marry with a prenup. Or without a prenup. I work in cultivation mostly, but I started as a trimmer. It's more than just financial contribution. Should probably help to keep you stable mentally. It's literally the other way around. I kept her mentally stable. I don't want to pretend I know your love life. Why do you continue to talk about yourselves as two separate entities? Well, Kirsten and I aren't going to break up, guys. We're not breaking up. I just think about these things from like a legal perspective, from a financial perspective, from a sort of like a contract perspective. And so, you know, I get really philosophical about the state of marriage, the marriage contract. It's terrible for men. You shouldn't get into it. It's terrible. I'm on the group that says it's terrible. It is, because it literally is. It's just a financial document is what it is. It doesn't determine if you're in love. It doesn't determine, you know, fair outcomes at the end of the divorce. It's just this, you're agreeing to give her everything if you become a successful person in life, which I hope you're planning on becoming a successful person. You should bet on that, not on, you know, I'm a failure or something like that. But yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I think it's, you know, for example, China's changing their laws. So they already did. If you go read about China's marriage laws, they've already changed them. So China recently changed their marriage laws so that when you divorce, you take with you what you contributed. And I think that that's a much smarter system. And it's not about selfishness. It's about saving marriage, because no one's going to get married pretty soon. No one successful is going to get married. Why would they do that? Because they can afford everything without marriage. They don't need marriage. So no one successful is going to get married anymore. Or at least if they do, there's going to be some giant prenup or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's where the future of marriage is heading. If you want to save it, you have to make it so that it's safe, it's fair, it's equitable, and it's enjoyable. You know, it's got to be something that you want to have, or else no one's going to get it. It has to be desirable. And the desirability, if Karis and I did break up and she just took half my cards, I'd never marry again. No way. I'd just have girlfriends. I'd have a girlfriend. Maybe we would have children. I don't know. I don't mind paying child support either, by the way. I think child support makes tons of sense. But splitting all of your assets in half when you were the single person who built them, it just makes no sense to me. I'm planning to be a bum. Hate to break it to you. Marriages will destroy man if they go south. Elon has been married 3 times. Why do you continue talking about yourselves? I think you might have to take a different take when kids are in the picture. Yeah, so that's an important part of this conversation maybe. So it's like, Karis and I never had children. We're still trying, right? And so it's like the idea that we could break up tomorrow and she would just be owed half the cards and I have no children as an outcome. It's just like, it's silly, isn't it? She's just a girl I met years ago and now she just gets half my stuff. And it's like, why? All this thing I worked on for like 60 hours a week and I lose half of it because of this contract I signed. It was a terrible contract. But so I think about that kind of stuff because it just seems unfair. And again, we're not about to break up. That's the thing. But I think about other men who are about to break up, who maybe are in similar shoes. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, guy who started a business and's doing all right. You know what I mean? Some guy just earned $1 million. He's in a business. He might break up for any number. Most marriages end, right? Most marriages break up. So, you know, they might break up for one reason or another, and then he just loses everything he built. He loses half of it. And it's just like, wow, that's crazy. That's a terrible, terrible, terrible contract. All right, let's see what you guys say. Relationships are overrated anyways. You tell him, Mike side. I've been with my girlfriend 9 years. She wants to get married. I don't believe in it either. Love is love. Okay, so I think probably you should marry her, okay? But I think you should have a contract that just explains how the breakup should go if you do get divorced. And the problem with doing that is if you ask for that prenup, it looks very unsexy. It looks very evil. It looks very rational and cynical. And so it's like the government should just implement it so that you don't have to be the one who brought it to the table. The government should just bring it to the table so that you have to sign it before you get married. It should just be a standard part of marriage. You know, the marriage contract should also include, at the time that you sign the contract, it should include how your assets are separated at the end of the relationship. Excuse me. Sent in for the last 2 tries on the new 151 box. Yes, okay, I'm talking my mouth off. Let's go grab this. Yeah, so anyways, that's true. So if Karis and I broke up, she would become one of the largest holders of Pokemon cards in America. She'd have one of the best collections of any person, and she did not earn it. She didn't purchase the cards. She didn't make any of the strategic decisions. She made almost 0 sales. And she did help here and there, though. Like, for example, she made the website, but the truth is, the website could have been done years ago if I had just hired a guy to do it. And we delayed doing the website because she wanted to work on it. And so the website was actually delayed for a very long time so that she could work on it. And it doesn't cost me very much to hire somebody. Here it is. Alakazam. So, you know, when you think about those laws, I'm not thinking about Karis. She's a great person, by the way. She's really good. And we're trying for a baby right now, by the way. So I'm not trying to say anything about her. But what I'm saying is the idea that then she would just be privy to half the collection at a breakup is like, wow, what did I sign? I signed away my future and I didn't even know it. Whoa, look at that Magneton. Holy cow, man. They didn't tell me this when I was signing the contract. I should be considered incompetent. They didn't say, by the way, if you become a multimillionaire from your own efforts, you owe that to the other person now. Here's Mark Kaplan. You ready, Mark? I think that's really messed up. That's my perspective on it. I like this Magneton. I may need to get a Master Ball of that. A prenup is crucial. Every situation is different. Luckily, marriage is great when you're able to stay together forever and love each other. Yeah. I'm going to have to stay together with Karis forever, guys. I have no choice. I don't want to lose the Pokies. Got to stay together for the collection. All right. That's a really funny thought, isn't it? I can't break up. She'll take the Charizard. I can't break up. She'll take half of the gold stars. No, not my gold stars. I guess I do love you. Here's Latios. Yeah, I think when marriage is great, it's really great. You know, they talk about how people who are married live longer and do build more wealth, and I think that is true. She's kind of like, if you're on the chessboard and you're the king, well, she's the queen. So you got to, you know, the queen's the most important piece on the chessboard, isn't she? So your queen's pretty important. And I think I made a video talking about how young people can become wealthy over time. And I think I literally said something like that. I said something like, your very most important decisions going to be who you marry, first of all. That's like your right-hand man, you know. The person you marry is, they're going to have a lot of responsibilities and could really ruin you financially if you pick the wrong person. I'm mad at you, but not losing my Umbreon mad. That's right. Honey, we fought pretty bad last night, but I can't be losing half my gold stars. All right, so it's a little bit of a slow day. We're at 1.5 hours deep into the stream, talking about some pretty crass subjects. Why don't I go ahead and rotate some more slabs onto the table, since that's our job. Let's see, we've got Star Wars Galaxy, Darth Maul. What do you guys think of that? That's a pretty interesting subject, isn't it? We actually started the stream out talking a little bit about divorce, and I was saying how divorce is terrifying. It destroys your family financially, just the divorce lawyers alone. I told Karis this. I told her, if we ever divorce, you can just have half of it. Let's pay the divorce lawyers nothing. That's what I told her. I said, I don't want any contest. You just take half. I don't care. I don't want any divorce lawyers making any money on us. Here's a mystery named Maul. This is like a gay Darth Maul card. Look at him. He's got his shirt off. He's showing his back off. Like, goddamn, dude. That's like a gay ass card. Here's Alphamon. Gay. Here's Alphamon 8, $25. Charmander 9 from the yellow deck. Wow, that's really good for 170. So these are some high-end cards. We got Team Rocket Zapdos Asia. Now it's called Purchase Bonus Asia. I think it was something they handed out in Singapore, but it's in English. So strange. So they call it Asia, but it's all in English. And this Destined Rival stamped with the Cosmic Hollow. I feel like that's undervalued. And then we have this nice Hitmonlee from the blue deck, and he's a PSA 9. He's $75. My view as someone with significant assets is if you love a person, the future is never guaranteed, but losing a meal or two isn't world-breaking. No. But, you know, if I had to sign a contract right now that said you get to be with this girl, but she gets half your Pokemon cards, I'd say skip the contract. I'll just sleep with her anyways, right? Like, you don't have to have the contract. It's optional. The contract's literally optional. You don't have to do it. If she says, oh, well, I don't want to be with you because you're a multimillionaire and you don't want to give half of it away, you say, okay, that's okay. Somebody else will, you know? Like, what? Oh, this guy sold. All right, let's put him to the side. And let's get that label printed. All right, printing time. Something went wrong. We're not able to generate a label. That's for the male gaze. Do you even think she'd want half your cards? I mean, she might not want to deal with selling them. So, you know, I don't think she would either. I think it'd be like a bad memory. She wouldn't want them. Here we are. All right, let's see. They would most likely be sold. So a judge would order half of them to be sold, most likely. Oh, yeah, printing time. We're experiencing technical difficulties? What? It didn't let me print the label. Here, let me go to shipping labels. What do you mean experiencing technical difficulties? Actions. Let's see. Download labels. Print label. Ah, there it goes. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and print this. Crazy. Doobie. Yeah, divorce sucks. My parents went through that when I was in high school in 2016. Damn, dude. Sorry to hear that, man. Okay. So this shipment is just this shipment. So that's the Magneto. Pretty cool, right, guys? I can't believe that Magneto sold. Look at this Eddie Brock. This is another card that could go up on eBay, couldn't it? Wow. That is super cool. That's neat as hell. Let's see if there's no orders in the queue. Here we go. We got a Javier Arroyo order. What's up, Javier? Just having a little slow Wednesday today, Mr. Javier. Let's see. We've got... What's up, Mister? 1 live custom, 1 Magic Marvel, 2 Pitch Black. You got it. 1 live custom. On a positive note, a divorce can cause a glow up. If 2 people are miserable together, they should break up. You know, they shouldn't be together. If 2 people are miserable, could be a mismatch in personality types, could be a mismatch in values, could be a mismatch in, you know, something. Could be that one of them's a bad person, aka me. One of them could be a bad person, unstable, maybe a little crazy. Could be that both of them are bad people, you know? Maybe they both got some dysfunctionality and it just doesn't work. 2 pitch black. Maybe one person in the relationship has to be like smart and capable and like a therapist almost, right? So they happen. And that's why if divorces are happening at a rate of like 50%, which actually I think I read the other day that it's actually higher than that number. It's higher than 50%. If divorce rates are happening at 50%, there needs to be a system that allows you to divorce without losing all your money as a group, as 2 people. And I don't think that just because you marry somebody, that person should take half of everything you own. It should be like what China has just implemented. It should be based on contribution. What have you contributed? All right, here goes. And setting up marriage that way saves marriage because it makes it viable. It makes it something that's desirable. Super speed, surveillance room, Hydra infiltration, rewrite history, Agent 13, Sharon Carter, fantastic bounce, the Howling Commandos, Victor Timely, Wily Tycoon. Okay, and now we have Arnim Zola, Biofanatic. Mountain. Ooh. Hit Monkey. Ooh, Doom's Time Platform. Captain America, Wings of Freedom. Ooh, Heaven Sent Marvel. Wow, that's cool, man. And Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Wow, that looks like it's from the comic book. So many good cards in one pack. Holy hell, man. My mom remarried and is happy again as with her new hubby. Excuse me. How do you feel about that? Heaven Sent. Here we are. Here's Captain America, Wings of Freedom. My parents, they ended up divorcing too. My parents are divorced. I was already out of the house when it happened, but they were in a lot of trouble. They were in a lot of trouble. They were accused of crimes by my siblings, and in order to keep the children and not have it taken away by child protective services, they had to have a divorce. It was required. Here's Rewrite History. I don't know if it was required, but it was what the lawyer recommended, is what I understand. It is. All right. Doom's Time Platform. Ooh. I feel like there should definitely be value to the contribution of children and taking care of them. 100%. I agree entirely with that. Yeah, the whole children thing, I'm all the way on board. Yeah, I'm actually a pretty committed person when it comes to children. You don't know that, but I'm not the kind of person who's like got a problem with commitment. I'm an extremely committed person. And so if there's children involved, it's like, that's a big deal to me. And the kids can have all my money. Like, what else am I going to do with money? So kids can have all my money. I don't care. That's the only purpose of the money, is to have kids. And so the idea of like paying child support in a breakup or anything like that, I don't mind that at all. It is. Here's Nicket Energy Switch. Kirsten and I have a really interesting position where we don't have any kids yet, but she would still be eligible to take half my stuff. Now, what do you think of that? So we're almost like roommates in a sense. We're roommates in the sense, financially, we're like roommates. Not, we don't actually live like roommates. But the idea that the contract would allow that, to me, is kind of startling. I was like, wow, that was not a smart contract to sign. It's a financial contract. That's the number one function of the marriage contract. It's a financial contract. And no one really tapped me on the shoulder. Well, you know, maybe I kind of heard some sense of the whole, what do they call those guys? The never get married guys. They have a term, don't they? What are they called? I can't even remember them. There's some Reddit group. Javier Arroyo. Lovely Marvel pack, I feel, by the way. All right, let's grab you a new bag. It looks like these bags are pretty full. We're listening to Snake Eater, by the way. Hey, fam. Mister, how's everything? What's up, Mr. Ivan? How would they be able to keep children by getting a divorce? I don't know. I don't know, mister. When my fiance takes care of the home and kids, freeing up my time, and if we divorce, I have no problem paying her millions. The value's there. Here it is. All right. The value's there. Yeah, but I don't have kids. That's what I was saying, remember? Yeah, I have no children. Here we are. And, you know, like a house cleaning maid doesn't cost half the value of my Pokemon card collection. So, I don't know what to say about that. Here it is. Good. My dad and his girlfriend now keep their money separate, and he's happy now. I'm glad for him. MG Tao, yeah, that whole MG Tao group. Was that the only one? The Never Get Married group. It is. When they first arrived on the scene, you know, you'd hear about them on the internet, and honestly, they made me cringe. When I first heard about them, I was like, oh my God, dude, these guys are so salty and crusty, and oh, you didn't work out. My relationship didn't work out. But I'm older now, and it's like, I have assets. I get it now. It's like, dang, I could just lose half of this. I made these assets. It was me. Who made the millions of dollars of sales and then reinvested it into cards? That was me by myself. I did that. And the idea that, you know, again, if you were to like reverse the roles or something, it would be weird for a man to take half of a woman's accomplishments away from her because he decided he wanted to go somewhere else or something like that, right? That would be strange. Here's Gregory Pablo, but we just accept it the other way around, and I think it has to be changed. I think the laws have to be changed. Gregory Pablo, and I think those laws have to be changed literally to save marriage, because it's going to go away. It's going to be a thing of the past. It kind of already is. Pitch Black. How many people are getting married now before 40 years old? It's almost no one, right? No one's getting married anymore. It's already a thing. Go look up the data on how many times people are getting married before they reach 40. No one's getting married. They get married at like 36 or some crazy number now. No one gets married anymore. You have to save it by making the rules more equitable, and the rules have to make more sense. I think they make no sense for the man right now. Here we are. All right. What if you had 2 wives? Do they take half and half? Yeah, that's a crazy question. I have no clue. 2 wives. What are we in Utah? Ooh, Mega Darkrai. Having money makes you more cynical. Yeah, probably. I mean, when I didn't have any money, I wasn't concerned about security either. Now I have a really great Pokemon card collection. I spend thousands on security. So, you have something to lose now. So I'm older and I have something to lose. And honestly, it should be that way, right? As you age, you should have something to lose. That's an important feature of life. Like, it would be unusual for you to have nothing at the age of 40. You should have something. You should build something up, right? And that's just kind of how life goes, I suppose. Here we go, Mr. Gregory. You ready? I mean, that's how I always planned it. I didn't go to school because I wasn't planning on having nothing by the age of 40. I was going to school because I wanted to be a millionaire. I went after software engineer because I wanted to be a millionaire. That was my goal. So it wasn't like an accident or anything like that. I wanted it to happen. There we go. What if you have 2 wives? I'm happy for my mom as well. TCC plus now I have double the holidays. What? You have double holidays? Oh my God. You getting double Christmas? It looked like a good pack. I don't play Magic. I just like how the cards look. Oh, very cool, man. My dad's girlfriend never lets us starve. She wants to always feed us. Oh, that's cool, man. You got 2 moms now. Wow, you're ahead of me, Russ. I don't have any moms. Let's see what we got next. Double moms. Let's see. All right. So we are all caught up. There are no orders in the queue. We have this new jumbo pack break. It's the next round. Let's show off the new jumbo pack break real fast. It's a doozy. Look how thick it is. Nice and thick. Chilling Rain, Pitch Black, Perfect Order, Chaos Rising, Ascended Heroes. We got some cool free cards in there. We've got some Korean. We got some Chinese cards. We got some Japanese cards here. We've got a couple of these girl cards, Disney, Final Fantasy, Marvel. We got a chance for Donald Trump and Little Pony, My Little Pony. Did you get my order via website? Ooh, maybe I haven't received that one yet. Let me take another look, okay? Maybe I haven't received that one yet. Isaac Thomas is already in here. We need 3 more people for it to go off. That's the jumbo pack break. All right, let's see. Really fun, maybe cynical conversation today. But yeah, I mean, I don't think the conversation has to be cynical. The idea of, okay, so Mr. Nicholas, I see you did place an order like an hour ago. That can't be the one you're talking about, are you? Oh my gosh, that might be the one he's talking about. 1 Topps Nintendo game pack and 1 Merlin stickers. My bad, dude. You know, the website keeps getting me. The website, I keep missing orders on it because they look like they've already been serviced. All right, so, my bad, dude. 1 Nintendo game pack. Look how nice that is. And 1 Merlin stickers, volume 1. Whew. It doesn't have to be a cynical conversation because I still believe in romantic ideas like love, growing old together, having kids together. That's all part and parcel for me. You know, really when you talk about subjects like divorce and, you know, splitting assets, that's sort of getting into the weeds. I'm a person who wants the ideal outcome, but I'm also not an idealist. I'm actually a realist. I'm a pragmatist. I believe that some percentage of people definitely will break up. Okay, so then we need a system for that, a really good system, so that people don't just get hung out to dry by divorce attorneys. You know what I mean? Look at this Pikachu, man. You got Hollow Pikachu. Pisa U 2000, ever since the video came out, Jakarta's Pokemon go up. What? Okay, so here's Pikachu. And here's Ash. We got to crack this jumbo. That's right. Here we are. Yeah, so the goal is to have, you know, happy, flirtatious couples together, making babies, having barbecues, grandma and grandpa, Christmas. All that's the goal. That's the actual, you know, that's like the prime directive for the human race. talking about divorce is more about talking about what do we do when it goes wrong, when it fails, and how do we make it so that the fear of divorce is not higher or more powerful than the benefits of being married and it actually working out. It's about shifting the risk reward table around so that whoever it is that's not, you know, wanting to commit, not wanting to participate in marriage, suddenly has a better reason to do it. And it's going to be boys, right? Boys are going to be the ones who don't want to get married. They go, whoa, 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 whoa. Why would I want to split my card collection in half if this girl decides she doesn't like me anymore? Here's Super Mario 2. Here's Super Mario Brothers. Boop, 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 boop. Look, he's ducking. Poetry. Yeah, Mr. Cardos Ganger just sold for $17,000. Nice. Here we are. Here's Adventure Time link. There a gym break going? Is there a gym break going? Let's grab this. Which one, the green version or the red version? Here's Adobo. All right. And here's Punch Out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. There's a couple gym breaks. One of them actually has somebody in it. Miss Beatrice is in it. Let me show that real fast. So I believe it's right over here. That's Gym Break Manectric. We can turn anything you want into a gym break. So if you ever see something on the table and you want to take half of it, let me know. Nicholas Pacheco. You just got to call dibs. I feel like there are more reasons for people not getting married, though. Yeah, definitely. But I think the cynicism in general from society doesn't help. So if your ears are constantly getting pounded by someone like me or something from MG Tao or somebody else, you know, everyone you see on the internet's getting divorced. When you hear that over and over again, you're like, well, why am I signing up for this? It's just going to end badly. All right, there we go. Piazza says the red version, the green is rarer and more sought after because it released before the red. The green one's probably worth more. Okay, so the red one went for 17. I was just curious. Traditionally, the red one has always sold for more money, so I was just, that would mean if the green one sold for 17, I would expect the red one to be like 25 or something like that. Here we are. I think I saw that already. I think I saw the $17,000 one. There we go. Okay. Undoubtedly, it's a very good Gengar, very old. I sold a couple of those, you know. Should have held them all, huh? Here's Mr. Russ. He says, one box Dan-to-Dan. I don't know if I have a box of Dan-to-Dan. Let me go see if I have one. Yes, I do. I got Dan-to-Dan. I got 3 boxes left after this one. There we go. So let's snip this. Ready? Oh, all right. Russ says, woo! Whoa, cleavage girl. Okay, okay. Hope I get a Siggy. Me too, man. I hope you get a Siggy. Okay. All right. And, wait, I don't think there are signatures in here. I'm not sure they have Siggies. All right. Lovely. Mr. Russ. That's the grandma. Really? She's just showing off boobage like that? I don't think grandma's boobs are generally like that. By the time grandma's reached the age of like 50 or older, them boobies are all shriveled up. They're all crusty. There we are. You never know that, though. You know, all these Hollywood stars now, they must be injecting like baby blood into their veins or something. They're all figuring out how to live forever. They look like, at the age of 50, they look like they're the age of 35. But I think a lot of that is surgery. I think a lot of that is probably, who knows even. What do you guys think the trick is to looking like you're living forever in Hollywood these days? Maybe hormonal therapy. You know, they say when a woman hits menopause, they want to start treating them with hormone replacement therapies, because they discovered over time that it's not that harmful for a woman to receive, you know, after menopause, receive just the hormones she used to receive when she was younger. It didn't hit menopause. Are bubblegum girl. It's clones. Mister, did you see the video yet? I have not seen that video. I'm so sorry. Once I clock out of work, I don't think about work at all. I do my best to just hang out with Cares. And then once it's time to work, I'm usually running late. So I'm rushing to get everything done. Here we are. All right. You need to give me the video when I'm on the toilet. That's the trick. When I'm on the toilet. And I'm usually flipping through TikTok or something like that. That is the trick. All right, there we have it. The secret to youthfulness is sleeping. I think it's a combination of things. I think it's low stress. I mean, how stressed out can you be? You're a multimillionaire living in the hills of Hollywood. Okay, so that part's not as stressful. Low stress, surgery, don't get fat. I did that when I got fat. Don't get fat. And then, I don't know after that. Maybe they all get like hormone replacement therapy so they don't look like they age. Like I said, your hormones play a big role. I bet you, like Daddy Bezos, for example. You've seen Jeff Bezos, he's all buff. You think that's natural? Hell no, dude. That guy's definitely getting jacked up on testosterone or something. All right, Mr. Russ. We got your stuff, Russ. No singing there. Now, we have more boxes of this if you want to go deeper, okay? Here we are. Thank you, Mr. Russ. If you take massive Taco Bell dumps daily, you'll look eternally young. I doubt that. I bet Taco Bell dumps are more like smoking cigarettes. I think that's a triple R. Yeah? Triple R's are good. All right. Weather wasn't too bad today. It was a little cooler today. Isaac Thomas says he'll take the other side of the Manectric break. All right. That is a gym break going off, everybody. So we got Miss Beatrice with Houndoom. How many more boxes? I believe I have 3 more boxes of that before we run out. All right, Miss Beatrice. Whoa, we got so many scorecards. There you go. Isaac's got 2 wins. Holy, dude. Good luck, Beatrice. He's going to win. He's got all the wins already. No, I'm just kidding. He's scaring me. He's got a 2.0 KD ratio. All right. Oh, what a conversation today. We went on and on and on and on about marriage and divorce, and I was sharing some of my thoughts about it. We talk about all kinds of things in this stream, don't we? I feel like that's part of the fun of it, you know? It's like, if we only talked Pokemon, I mean, how many hours of Pokemon cards can we really talk? All right, ready? Here's Poliwag, not a good start, versus Raticate. Round 1, Isaac. Round 2. Ooh, you're just in trouble, Miss Beatrice. Switch? Computer search? All right, that's it. Isaac Thomas takes round 3. Beatrice, I think you're in the lead for most misses, which means at the end of 90 days, you'll face off against the person with the most wins. Holy, man. All right. You are up to 7. They call me Big Winner on a new scorecard. It's fun getting a lot of wins in a row. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's like, damn, dude. Maybe life should just be like this all the time. You know, 6 once had like 50 wins in a row or something like that. It wasn't 50, but she had this scorecard that was unbelievable. She kept asking for more and more gym breaks because every time she played one, she'd win. She'd win like 2 out of 3, she'd win. So she'd lose 1, she'd win 2. And so it was just this net win for her, and it was really a crazy streak. And so she ended up really loving the gym breaks because of that. There we are. It's like she was getting everything half off. All right, that was a long time ago before we started the gym break tournament. Okay, so last website order was number 76. It's 6:09. We are truly running out of time now. Now we need a new gym break. Yeah, why don't we take a look at some potential new gym breaks? Ganger's $20. This one's kind of cool. Covenant Hunter. This guy could be a gym break. Actually, this guy needs to go straight up into the Pokey Shuffles right now. He's screaming to be in the Pokey Shuffles. Are you kidding me? Paldean Whooper. You know what's weird? I feel like we already did put this guy into the Pokey Shuffle. Oh, no, I can't remember. Did we already put this guy in? Oh, no, I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's going up there, guys. He's a great card. Pretty cheap. Okay. Caputa. Program TCC to eat Taco Bell bean and cheese burrito. Caputa. Paldean Whooper. P10. No, you did not yet. All right, there we go. There we go. What do you think would keep people together forever these days? Oh, did you guys guess a number between 1 and 20 for the Talo? You better go do that. Maybe this square cut parasect should go up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a vintage square cut card. Super weird. Soma is the only thing that can keep them together forever. All right. I mean, I think it basically comes down to staying hot, staying rich, being nice, being useful, not being boring. Boring's a big one. Yeah, boring's a big one, I'd say. Just being together can be boring, you know? I'd say being swingers. Now, why would you say that, Mr. Arturo? What makes you say that? Okay. All right, let's see. We're jumping over to our Discord server to see who's in here for the giveaway. You ready? Boop. Landing on 1, which, of course, nobody has 1. Mr. Hathim, you can only have 1 number. Okay, so Mr. Hathim, your number is 3. All right, you ready? Landing on 16. Who has 16? JT Dubs. This conversation makes me depressed. I'm sorry. Let's see. JT Dubs. Okay. What do you think of FOMO in marriage? Couples can start to wonder if they're missing out on other life experiences. Yeah, you know, certainly maybe somebody settled and then they're looking at it going, man, I settled. And they're going, what did I could do way better than this. It's a dangerous 9 again. Surge going on twice. It's a dangerous mode of thinking. I'm going to put Mr. CS Man on here to be nice to him. And, one more. It's a dangerous way of thinking, right? Because you keep hitting up, punching up, punching up. Okay, you get this better girlfriend, better boyfriend, better girlfriend, better boyfriend. You're finally at the top, right? You got this blazingly hot, handsome husband, and he's 6'5". He's got a huge dick, and he's got a big fat wallet. Yeah, but now he's going to look at you and do the same thing. He's going to be like, I could have done better than her. You know, so that's the problem with it. So, you know, in general, I probably recommend that people are about the same value. I call it like mate value. I think I read that somewhere, mate value. Try to get similar mate value between each other so that one of you doesn't have too much power in the relationship and neither of you are sitting around going, oh, I could have done better. We are. it's good to be able to look at your partner and say, hey, I got a pretty good deal out of this. And, you know, they call comparison the thief of, the thief of joy. Is that the right word? You know, I think Warren Buffett one time said, if you want your marriage to last a long time, have low expectations. It's very clever. Here it is. Who won the other card? I don't remember. Somebody did. It was at the end of the last night's stream, right? Keep rolling those nines, mister. They just need to make divorce a hot dog eating competition. Oh, yeah. Wait, what? All right. Well, we know you'd win because you can fit 12 glizzies in at once. Here's Mr. Russ. I think he's taking on another box of Dan to Dan. Let's go get that Dan to Dan. Ready? Here goes. One whole box of Dan to Dan. There we go. Unpopular opinion. How about liking someone for who they are? Yeah, everyone likes each other for who they are, Miss Cat. For example, he needs to be 6 foot tall, 6 inches, and 6-figure wallet. That is who he is. It is. All right. No, you know, society has always worked this way. The idea that relationships are about giving and they're about sacrificing giving rather than about getting. It's a noble concept, but it doesn't work. It doesn't last. You get married, you're like, I'm going to sacrifice so much for this person out of love. You're 10 years in, you're like, man, this person sucks. I'm tired of sacrificing. How about a little thing for me? You know? You have to be equally yoked. Equally yoked. Life's a complicated thing, you know? I think that thinking of marriage as just this sort of perfect institution. I mean, why did we even invent it in the first place? Where did it even come from? I don't think people married like 2 or 4 million years ago. Do you think... Let me ask you this. So, you must believe we have ancestors from like 2 million years ago. What do you think they did? You think they were doing like white gowns at the wedding? The groomsmen wore a suit? No, hell no, dude. We don't even know if humans were monogamous back then. I think that there's a lot of speculation that humans were polygamous for a very long time in our evolution. You know, like the gorillas beat up, the big gorilla beats up the little gorilla, and then he gets all the gorilla bitches, and then he's like, you know. So how do we know if humans weren't doing a lot of that? Genghis Khan did something like that, right? He wasn't exactly romantic. It is. But, yeah, I mean, ultimately we invent this little nice nifty thing, but it's kind of out of touch with reality. Reality is a bit darker. Reality is a bit more rational. Reality is a bit more cynical. So it's a lovely dream. You know, unconditional love. Wow, man. If only that was real. Love with no conditions. Honey, you're really fat now, but I still love you. No. You both got to stay fit. You both got to stay in shape as best as you can as you age. Doesn't work that way. How do you even meet each other? You probably met each other when you were hot, most of all, right? That's the real way life works. So you get too ugly and then one of the partners says, I'll try someone else. I'm bored of you. It's me, not you. Or, you know, you're broke or you're sick. Didn't they find that's a dark one? They found out a lot of guys break up with their wives when they get cancer. Whew. Sorry, honey, you're not viable anymore. Holy, talk about depressing. Yeah, it's a cynical thing, isn't it? But that's the data. The data shows that marriage is a cynical thing when you look at the data. And maybe you get into marriage and you say, not me, I'm one of the good ones. You might be one of the good ones. You might have just exactly what it takes to stay together. And what did you do different? Maybe you were just born different. You know, maybe you had just the right mixture of genes, or maybe you ran into just the right guy. It's hard to say, you know. But obviously, if it was very easy, everyone would do a happily ever after. Don't you think everyone would sign up for a happily ever after? I think everyone would do it. Most people, anyways. I don't think people want the tragic ending. It just happens. It definitely happens. And I don't think it's as simple as marking it down as some sort of sin of greed or something like that. Or, well, you know, it was them. Gorillas, I love that band. Tax breaks, man. It's always taxes. Can I still send for Slab away? Go for it, man. My grandparents have been married for 72 years. Nice. Here we are. All right. That's because Grandma's still putting out. Oh, yeah. All right, we're tossing this over here. What kept you guys together for so long? Well, the sex. Grandpa answers, her body. Here we go. You ready? Beautiful. All right, Mr. Russ. Yeah, I mean, you can look at that kind of stuff and almost wonder if that's genetic, you know? Like, even in other societies, you don't see that all the time. What if some societies do that till death do us part, and other societies are like, yeah, you can have 4 wives. Who cares? Have you ever thought about that? Some societies say you can have 4 wives. That's just how it is. They're here to make babies and get clapped. We are. All right. You ready? Very different models of, you know, the marriage contract. And throughout time, too. Throughout time, the role of men and women have been very, very different. We have a new modern concept of marriage and gender roles. That's as new as less than 100 years old now. Right? We're like, this is an experimental time for humans. It's an experimental time. Our new social roles, our new justice system, our new equity and equality system for gender roles, that's a full-on experiment, 100% experimental. Never did it any other time in history. We're just doing it just now for the first time and seeing how it goes. So those kind of things are new. And it's fun, you know? It's fun, it's interesting. We can record and see if life's getting better or if life's getting worse. Mr. Kevin says $60 for Slab away. Are you ready? Slab away. All right. I like experiments. Do you like experiments? I actually like experiments. I'm an experimental kind of person. I like to experiment with things. There it goes. All right. I like to test ideas because that's how you become intelligent. You have to test ideas. I wish I was a traditional Mormon man. Can you imagine putting 12 incomes toward Pokemon cards? Oh, no, bro. All right, so that's going to be the end of the stream. Great commentary. He wants 12 sister wives, is what he's saying. Here we go. New Jumbo Pack Break. That'll be ready to go tonight. Pitch Black is new. Chinese Terra Festival is new. New Free Slab. The table breaks are about the same. They haven't changed much. We have this sub-list running for the Gym Heroes pack, though. That's kind of cool. Oh, this changed. We swapped over to Boa Hancock. I don't know if they'll be interested in that, but maybe they will. And then there's Mr. Snorlax here. He hasn't moved in a while. The table breaks, they don't move as fast. They used to move really fast. But I think ever since the live customs and the Poke Shuffles became a thing, people just want those. They're instant. So I may have to think about how that works and the balance between the table breaks and the shuffles. Dang, Gym Break didn't go off. Will you restock more Dan to Dan? I could if I wanted to, but it wasn't a very good selling product, so probably not. There's 2 boxes left. You should experiment with giving me a Dialga. All right, we'll try that experiment. Okay, guys, I'm all done for the daytime stream. I'll see you tonight for the nighttime stream. No more Vantage is the problem. Yeah, we could do Vintage if you want like 7s or 8s. I don't mind. Up to you guys.